thought that was fake though, because of the
No,
whole
that was actually George Lopez who said he was going to kill me.
George, how many times have I told you? Make sure they're dead before you put them in the bag.
How did you start the oven? We're having Ricky, the other white meats.
Hey Grams! This video has been a long time coming. I meant to make it back in March earlier this year, but I didn't. To be honest, I was just scared. The reason I've waited this long to make this video is because I have been scared for my life. Because George Lopez is a famous personality. I don't know what he's gonna do to get rid of his enemies. He has a lot of money. He's Mexican. He has the resources. I don't want to die. But enough is enough. This man is a disgusting fucking pervert who wants to kill my friend simply because he is POC and asexual. And more recently, it looks like George Lopez supports North Korea. In case you're not aware, George Lopez is a Mexican stand-up comedian of Hispanic descent, and in March of 2017, earlier this year, George Lopez threatened the life of my good friend, Julian, because that's the only Mongolian name that I can pronounce from this list. Julian is a good man. He pushes old people around on his broken foot that his mother broke. Sometimes he pushes them a little aggressively, but all in all, he does a fantastic job, and I don't know what that senior citizen home would be without Julian. And the thanks he gets for all of his hard work is threats to his life. Sorry, I'm eating something, so you might be able to hear the spit. With all this tragedy going on around me, these hurricanes, these shootings by these men that look like my father, I'm done. I'm gonna stand up for at least one thing. George Lopez, how dare you? How dare you put the people of color and the LGBT community at risk because you're a faggot. After the ruthless attack that George Lopez unleashed on my good pal, he felt so humiliated to be targeted simply because he is a person of color who is asexual and thus in the LGBT community that he just stopped talking to us. His girlfriend left him and he stopped leaving his house, and his roommate is even traumatized and won't leave the house either. Here's what he had to say about the matter.
Yeah, I didn't like Shark Boy and Lava Girl with George Lopez in it. That was rude of him to make their journey harder for them. Yeah, George Lopez was a giant robot man with no torso. He was just a head with arms and legs, and it was scary to me. When I was little, I was scared because I knew that if he came out of my TV, I would be defenseless against him. He was a giant robot, and I was just a little baby unable to defend myself, so I knew that George Lopez was gonna beat my asshole open, and there was nothing I could do about it with his big strong robot arms. That's it.
Wow, George, look what you went and done this time. You went and traumatized these two young boys. And that's not what a comedian is supposed to do. A comedian is supposed to make us laugh with jokes about child abuse.
Don't run! Don't run! You stepped on my corn, you fucker!
And George Lopez was really good at doing that. He was good at making people smile, except for the kids. But now he's just broken everyone's hearts. My only goal with this video is to get people to donate so that I can put food on my friend Julian's table so that he will not be depressed about being Mongolian or anything like that. And to buy him a nice new girlfriend who might not be white, but that's okay. And once again, I felt such an internal conflict to make this video because I used to love George Lopez when I was a little baby. I would watch George Lopez on Nick at Night every single night with my older brother who hasn't spoke to me in years because he fucking hates me, you know? I'm hurt, Lopez. I'm hurt. And I don't know how to let go of George Lopez. So, instead of letting go, I'm going to be making some Arctic Monkeys George Lopez music videos to help cope with the pain of not being a fan of George Lopez anymore. Thanks a lot, George. Thanks for everything.